morning. Happy Friday, Thrive Epic community. Oh, I'm so happy to be back. So today we're going to talk about Mighty Network. So this is Tech Tuesday on Friday morning. And sometimes it just happens that way and we're rolling with it. All right, give me just a hot second to start sharing my screen. So if you, hold on. Okay, I think this is the right one. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened? So you should be able to see my Mighty Networks. I'm going to head over to my dashboard so we can start here. So this is Mighty Networks. Beautiful Nikki Brown, she asked about this program. And so I've been playing around with it. I don't use it. I can see a lot of really great potential for it, but I want to be able to show you a little bit more about it. I like to be able to show you a lot of different software that's out there, things that are going to help you with creating your courses. And speaking of courses, we have a 30-day training that's happening right now. If you're interested, it's free. Come join us to help you get your course off the ground. I would love to have you there. All right, so this platform is really great for helping build up a community. If you are not interested in building a community on Facebook, because there are some downsides to it and there are some positives, and I'll tell you both of those as we get going, Mighty Networks is definitely something to check out. Their platform, I don't think they like to be compared like this, but it feels very much like Facebook in the sense of how you post, how you access information. It does not feel like Facebook in the sense that you're not getting news feeds from every random person and seeing all kinds of other things. It's like if you could just self-contain, your friends and family or your group on Facebook into one little container, that's what Mighty Networks is. So still being able to do some of that really cool stuff, but really in a very self-contained way. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so when you sign in, your dashboard looks very similar to this. The really interesting part about Mighty Networks is their dashboard for how it looks when you set up pretty much looks the exact same when you're on the client side. There's not a lot that looks very different. And so that's kind of really nice for the person who's creating it because it just makes it easier to help your people navigate. This is what the platform looks like. So you can see there's a few tabs off to the left, and then all your main stuff happens here in the center. We were playing around with it the other day, so you can see there's a couple comments that we have. Someone can post a comment, so I can post something amazing here. Happy Friday. And we post. So very similar to Facebook. Here we can add a topic. So maybe if you, even if you're running a Facebook group right now, you really should start working on trying to keep topics. So I try to keep topics for these Tech Tuesdays. So when people come into the group, they can see, oh, I want to see the Tech Tuesday stuff. And hopefully all of it will come up if we have it all tagged. This is a little bit more intuitive and having people tag right away to keep the group organized. All right, so we're going to post, and you can decide, because I'm the admin, this is how it comes across. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to notify. I know Nikki's in here, but that's okay. She'll get a little notification because we were playing around with it. So, and then again, oh, my battery's low. Let me plug my computer in. Hold on. Okay. So again, in here, you can leave a comment. You can like it. When you leave a comment, you can upload a photo, a link, a video, or a photo or video as well, or a regular attachment. So again, very much probably a space you're familiar with. Okay, so a couple other really cool things about it. They have a whole discovery section in here. I found that it organizes things really nice for the way that my brain thinks. I can see the last few posts that we've had in here and scroll backwards in this type of view, which I really like. You can search things that are here that we've posted and talked about as well. And then members that are near me, would appear here. So I don't know what the radius is. I think you can go in and set some of that up, but right now nobody's near me because it's just me and one other person in here since they're just testing it out. But the members would appear here, which is great as you're building up some of these big communities. If there's people in pockets that are close together and they can build bonds, how powerful is that? All right, so I'm just gonna make sure it's still going. If you have comments, feel free to drop them below. I'd love to know who's here this morning. And if you're catching the replay, always hashtag replay so I can see you. All right, here's the topics we created. So if you want to click on it, then you can see all the topics that were related to that post, which again is really great for organizing your content. I belong to a couple groups where they have so much amazing information and it's not organized, and it's really hard for people to access information, and it's like gold in some of these groups. So if you could get into the habit of really tagging and putting topics to all of your posts, especially when you're sharing out educational content, it can be really, really powerful for people to be able to access and find stuff. So you can have feature section, and then I'm going to talk more about courses in just a moment. Yes, this platform does have the ability to host courses. All right, your members are here. So you can head over here to see who are the members. We were testing around, and you can set up an ambassador program. Their ambassador program is pretty stellar. I mean, this platform is really built to build a really strong networking system. So they do have the ability to host courses. I don't feel like that's a really strong suit of theirs, but their networking is on point. So as you can see, I'm bronze level. There's different levels like the bronze, the gold, the platinums. And when you set these up, you can also set it up that people get rewarded. So when people reach a bronze level, I'll actually show you where it is real quick. When people reach hold on, I don't think I can do two things at one time. Let's see, here we go. When people get to a certain level in the program, they would automatically get a prize. So we'll see. I'll turn it on. We're going to manage it. If you set the rewards that you want to turn those on. So right now we would recognize people in our group, but if you wanted to add rewards to it, so look at this, at the bronze level, here's what you get. Here's how you redeem it. At the silver level, here's what you can get. Here's how you redeem it. So this is like the whole gamification for your networking group to encourage people to really, level up in their programming. It's going to flip back over here, make sure there's no questions. Okay. So that's one really amazing feature. You can, again, turn on the ambassador stuff without having to give prizes. And then this is really cool for members as well. So this is something you can set up as the first experience. When people come in, here are some things. You can set up icebreaker questions. You can customize forms on how to ask questions for people. You can control kind of how members can connect. So just some really cool stuff. There's also member categories. So if you have a networking group that you're like, you're coaches, you all are consultants, or you all do B2B and you do network marketing. So you can do that, and member locations and ability for members to chat and stuff. So lots and lots of features. It does hook with all the integrations. It does hook with the Zaps. So you can do that if you need to as well. All right. A couple other things before I talk about the courses and stuff. So they have a really great checklist. You can see I accessed it earlier pretty quickly. You click it here and you go down, and they really take you step by step into setting up your network. So I went through and just set up all of these things. Of course, I didn't set up everything. They're free account. They have free accounts, which allow you to build up your community. The paid accounts are right around $80, $90, I think $90 a month. And then you get access to be able to put courses here, and you get access to all these things that are in green. So really some of those premium features that allow your members to network even more. And then, everything is set up in here. So that's kind of like I took it as like the settings tab for some of this. They have more settings where you can customize your colors and stuff. The other really great thing about this program is that you can download it on an app. So it sends a code, and then you can have it on your phone, you can have it on your tablet, and it looks the exact same no matter where you go, which is pretty cool. And your branding stays the same no matter where you go. So imagine you could pretty much have an app for your business for networking. So earlier I talked about pros and cons, right? This is great because you keep self-contained. Facebook people get distracted and then they have to go to your group. The one other positive about Facebook over this is people are already on Facebook. So you have to build up a really strong community to get people to be like, oh, I remember this group. I'm going to go pull up this app and check this. Where when people are already in Facebook, they're scrolling, they might see your stuff. You can send them messages. They're already in that platform. So that's a little bit of the difference. We've heard it when people have tried to take their networking communities off Facebook, that it can be difficult because people are just so used to being there. That being said, Facebook's not everybody's cup of tea. And I know a lot of people that are starting to want to leave Facebook. Let me grab some water. All right. So I know a lot of people that are starting to want to leave Facebook, and it's what's the option? So if your community member is not there, then this is a fantastic alternative. So I think you have to play around with it and see where your members and what your members are willing to do. How I see a really powerful way that you could use this would be taking your, if you're running like a group program for 8 weeks or 12 weeks, you take that group program in here. So you're showing up in here to do a lot of your work and to network and to talk in between and get people used to using it. So that way they're in here. And at the end of 12, when they come into your, other program or they're in your community, they're already here and they're used to checking it every day. So I think that's a really powerful way to kind of teach people how to use it and get people like, this is a great place to be and an exciting place to be. All right, let me show you courses before we finish out. So, they have landing pages. So this is the about page. I just put something very generic in here, but you can see has a little bit of information about the network. And then they give you some prompts when you start to say, hey, make a start here post, make a welcome post. So this is sort of like my landing page, and you can customize all of these pictures and things as well. So I would invite people in. I can email them here. I can import my list if you already have a community, and I can send invites to people. I can cut and paste a link and drop it in. All right, so courses. All right, the courses. It's interesting. On the desktop, I don't love it. There's some great features, and there's some features that I find it hard to navigate a little bit. So let me show you. Okay, so I clicked in courses, and it kind of looks like I'm taken somewhere else. I'm still in my network though. It's just the way the software is. So you can see that off to the left here, there's a table of contents, which is what starts your course. So these big black things would be kind of your section headers or your modules, and then you'd have your little lessons in between. So that way people can go through them. So I know when I click on it, did you remember how the checklist appeared just over on the right side of my screen? The course kind of does that. It's like, oh, here's the stuff on the right. And I didn't really love that. I should sign out and sign back in. Let me sign out. Let me see if I can even remember my password. So hold on one second. And let me see if I can sign in as the test person. So one second. Okay. Let me reshare screen. Okay, so this is what it looks like as a client would see it. Again, it's the exact same, right? You don't notice a difference, except for it doesn't have all the fancy stuff up top here. So I'm going to head under courses, and they're like, okay, I have access to this course. So I click on it. Again, it looks the exact same. When I click on table of contents, I can see it down here. And again, my brain, it feels a little bit different for me. But say I'm going to head to this lesson. And again, it pops up here and I can view the lesson. So I don't have anything in this lesson. Let me go back to this lesson. I popped some stuff in here. So, okay, you can put in videos, you can put in text, and then people can head to the next thing. I prefer to take up my whole screen. If I'm doing a course, I don't need to see all the rest of my screen. I know that you can pop it out and stuff here, so it's okay. But to me, it's just, it's not as user friendly. That being said, if you're building up a network, and you're going to have some courses, it's great to keep people all in one spot. It helps them be able to easily navigate the software and to know what they're doing and where they're going and things. So for that reason, I really do like it. But this is pretty much the extent of the course. I don't have a lot populated here. But as you can see, I'll say it's not super fancy, which is okay. It's great. Simple is perfect for people. But this is probably my least favorite thing about it. However, that being said, they really are meant to build a networking environment. And then when they use the word courses, you can tailor some of that. Instead of calling them lessons, you can call them chapters or, weekly assignments or whatever you want. So don't be afraid to play around with that. All right. And with that, that is all about Mighty Networks. I hope that you have found this beneficial. I hope just seeing how it works. I think getting in, they have free accounts. So getting in one and playing with it, inviting a couple people from your community in to play with it and try it out and see if it's a viable alternative for you is a great thing. And again, for those of you who are like, I'm not on Facebook or my people aren't on Facebook, then definitely, check this out. All right. With that, I hope everybody has a fantastic Friday. Next week, I'm going to demo a piece of software. Have you ever wanted, I don't know, for those of you who create programming, maybe you want to send out calendar invites. I'm in the challenge that I'm running this month. Again, come join us. It's free. You can, we have different dates that things are happening. So sometimes it's Sundays, sometimes it's Thursdays, and we have a few other things happening on other days. And I didn't want to send out like 8 calendar invites. So I was able to package it all as one big calendar invite, and they get one link and then it automatically saves on their calendar. It's pretty amazing. So I'm going to show you that next Tuesday and how to do it. If you ever have any other software that you want me to review or look at or demo, please feel free to shoot me a message or drop it in, one of these comments. Better if you shoot me a message because I'll see it. And I'm more than happy to do it. We're always looking to explore new software. So with that, I hope everybody has a fantastic Friday here on this Tech Tuesday day.